quick disclaimer before this episode starts. For some reason, the video recording just went horribly wrong. So if you're here on YouTube, you might as well just put it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Yeah, we had loads of technical difficulties, but we hope you enjoyed the episode.
I had to talk to him in his Twitch chat because he wouldn't answer his phone. So everyone loves to say they knew they were like watching something before it blew up. If I had to speak to myself when I was a matric, I would probably give myself this advice. Have you heard of imposter syndrome? It's a weird feeling because you've got no reason to be guilty.
Kenton and I were stupid in first year. If I had to try and do that now, I'd be in a coffin.
Long story short, is if you're gonna do an adventure run,
My back was sore, my legs,
yeah,
all the muscles just weren't working.
I was like, who the hell do you think you are? Am I gonna be kicking about with my 16-year-old self in my pocket when I'm 50? Can we talk about Love Island? I want to ask you to please cut this joke out. Stop drinking the champagne out of the glass. We all know you're necking them out the bottle. So we decided we'll fake a relationship.
We're just gonna chat. I don't know if you've got any topics that you want to bring up.
I feel like we should explicitly not talk about Meghan and Harry because too many people died so that we don't have to care about the English royal family.
Graham, you can't be saying this stuff before we've started. I think this is where we're going to start, okay? Hello everybody and welcome back to the Keeping It Blunt podcast. It's been a while, it's been a few weeks. It should be Easter weekend when this comes out. We just took a little bit of a breather. We're recording this a few days in advance. You know, we're trying to get a little bit more on top of things here so we can stick to a schedule, record a few episodes so that we don't have to worry about recording in the same week as our uploads and trying to match our schedules up because it just never works. So yeah, I hope you guys have all been doing well. This is Graham. Graham started us off with a cracking joke.
Was that recording?
Yeah, it was, bro. I started recording before that.
Brilliant.
So that's just where I'm going to start us off. So this one we're just going to spitball. We're just going to chat some shit. We haven't got any specific topics in line. This is just sort of the introduction, letting everyone
basically
know we're back.
Behind the scenes, Dana and I never talk to each other, so this podcast is literally the only interaction we have with each other.
I mean, it's not entirely true, but it's not too far off being true, to be fair.
Because famously, Dane forgets how to use WhatsApp.
I don't forget, I just don't use it.
Six days out of the 7 in a week, Dane forgets that he has a cell phone that has WhatsApp on it.
Should we see how many notifications I've got at the moment? So I currently on WhatsApp.
Probably not.
There are 30 chats that I have not responded to. I think about 5 or 6 of them are groups. The rest are individuals. I'm sorry, all of you who are listening. Probably most of the people who listen to this are on this list of people that I just responded to.
It's also the only way they get to hear from you.
Yeah, Graham famously came into one of my Twitch streams the one time to have a little bit of a chat. He's like, "Oh, yeah, more chance of getting a response."
I had to talk to him in his Twitch chat because he wouldn't answer his phone. So
yeah, pull through. You guys must pull through to the streams. I've been streaming fairly regularly-ish. As with everything I do, it's never quite regular. But yeah. So Graham, what's been happening, bro? You haven't been at work the last week or so?
I've been on study leave for a week. So I have been studying. It's not going well because it has probably been about 3 months since I wrote finals, and I've now had to pick up books and try. Having worked the 8 till 5 life, having to now do that
again.
Having done that, and now trying to go back into studying has been like this whole first week was a bit of a shit show, if I'm honest. Like,
you still it's not a routine anymore, so you got to sort of figure out how to study again, basically.
Literally, I literally was chatting to some of my mates. I was like, I don't know how I studied last year. Like, I can't remember what I actually did. Like, I can't remember how I shithoused my way through finals last year.
So you're writing ITCs now. What does that stand for again?
Fuck. You're putting on, it's the initial test of competence.
Okay.
I think.
And
so basically the 4 years of ours aren't enough for us to be competent. They have to make us write 4 papers over 2 days just to make sure we're competent enough. So for those of you who haven't worked it out by now, you all probably know I do accounting sometimes.
Yeah.
I call shit. And so I am currently studying for the first board exam, which like Dennis said is called the RTC.
So it's the RTC board exam, same thing, okay?
Yeah, RTC is the first, yeah. So it was previously known as the board exams. It's now known as the RTC, but everyone still calls it the boards.
Okay. It's the same thing, essentially.
Yeah, basically. It's like matric in grade 12.
Fair enough. So you're writing that, when do you write again?
The 14th and the 15th of April. Like I said, it's a two-day process. It's four 3-hour exams written over 2 days. So it's 2 exams on the one day. I think it's 3 hours writing, then I think like an hour and a half or 2-hour break, then another 3, and then the same the next day.
That's hectic. And how many times do you have to do that this year?
Oh, this once I've written this one and I pass, then I don't write another exam until like end of second year, I think.
Okay. Well, that's exciting at least. Yeah.
So for those cool kids out there who want to become a CA, it does take 7 years. If you do it properly. It can take more if you, yeah, it's a lengthy process. And yeah, I'm literally, I mean, when was it day last? I think it was last year when I said to you, it was last year, June. I think I just written like tests and stuff, and I think I said to you, I was like, the scariest part of everything is at that point I'm a degree down, halfway through the honors year, and I wasn't even halfway through
the whole thing.
The end goal. Yeah.
That was unreal.
So yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things. Once it's done,
I think that's probably, maybe let me just go through the process because
might as well.
Not a lot of people know. Well, a lot of people do know, but I don't think people realize.
But it's basically like the same amount of time as becoming a doctor.
Yeah, but I think they do. Like, yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know what doctors do.
Yeah, no, I've never been one.
Yeah. So it's basically go to university, undergrad for 3 years. And well, this is the route I took. There are a couple of routes. Basically, BCom accounting, then postgrad in accounting, and then you go to a SACA accredited, or all the universities you go to have to be SACA accredited. SACA is the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, basically the board that governs all CAs in South Africa. So you do that, go to a SACA accredited university, do a SACA accredited honors or postgraduate degree, which is a year. It is known as a CTA, which is the Certificate in the Theory of Accounting. Once you've got that, you go to a accounting firm, which I am currently employed at. I'm not going to say who it is for reasons.
For reasons.
No, it's basically
it's just reasons, bro. It's just reasons.
It's literally just a case of I don't want any jokes or anything I say out of context to come and bite me in the ass at work.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's fair.
I think that's pretty fair enough. And so you do that, and then typically you would write your board exam at the end of January. Now
it's obviously March now.
Yeah, there were many universities. I was very fortunate at Tux that we still finished our exams at a fair enough, like a decent enough stage, because we were able to because we were a small class, or I say small, I think there's like 250 of us. We were able to get onto campus pretty easily at the end of the year to write exams.
Oh yeah, because obviously it would have been like you had to write that in person, hey?
Yeah. So fortunately, so with that writing in person, we were then able to get our results pretty quickly. So I think I was done and dusted before the end of November.
Yeah. Normally, in normal times, you would have been done by October, hey? Like mid-October.
Yeah, normal terms I would have been done mid-October.
Yeah.
So only delayed us a month. There were some universities that guys only got their SUP results in like Jan.
So obviously you can't go ahead with the board exam, and some people don't even know if they can write the board exam yet.
So it was then delayed until April. Personally, I would have preferred March, which was another date they were chucking around. But I would have made the decisions. So normally you would write that in Jan and then start working in Feb. I did start working in Feb. 1st of Feb, I hopped onto a Zoom call for training because social distancing and that. And then clients for a whole month, and then they chucked us on study leave. So it's, like I said earlier, it's been a shit show because firstly, adapting to the work life is not easy.
Especially when it's not really the work life, it's like half the work life because you're on a freaking computer the whole time.
And especially because the managers keep on forgetting we haven't written the RTC yet. So they don't realize that a lot of us were like, I remember there was one of the first years in one of our calls who, like, he looked dead tired the one morning, and one of the seniors made a joke like, "Oh, like, why you look so tired?" He's like, "Yo, well, I've been waking up early every morning to study."
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, shit, like, yeah, you guys are actually
yeah." Like, so normally you would have written that like at the end of your holiday, your December holiday, and then gone into
so you would have basically, I had aligned. I would have basically finished October, had a holiday in November, started board course in December, and then written in Jan.
Yeah.
As it turned out, I finished November, started the board course January, had to start working in Feb, and then study leave from last week.
That's crazy. Like, it's really, everything's just been thrown off course here. Oh my goodness.
But I don't like to complain. We just get on with it.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, we can't.
Yeah.
If the stars had aligned, they didn't align. So what? We can sit here and bitch about it, but at the end of the day, we've just got to keep moving. But yeah, so that. Sorry, carry on.
I said I get a pay increase when I pass. So.
Oh, it would have been nice if you'd passed before you started.
Yeah, it would have been really nice.
Yeah, couple extra months on some more pay. Yeah. But yeah, so Graham being on study leave is pretty much the reason why we're going to be stockpiling some recordings, because as much as he needs to study, you can't study all day. That's just it's not good for you. You have to have some breaks, chat some shit. So yeah, we've been in contact with 4 people to record 4 guest episodes, which will have us covered for 2 months in that case, which means that we won't be missing a week starting from this, hopefully.
And also it means that you don't have to see. You don't have to see just Dayton off for a while and see a third face.
Yeah, so we'll keep swapping it up every week. Graham and I will do one. It might be like this, where we'll just jump on at the time and chat about topical stuff that's happening at the time. It might be one of the suggestions that we've got from you guys, which we tried to do when we realized that we needed to take a break until now. When you guys are hearing this, it's still like a few days from now when this is going to come out.
We're literally recording this on what's it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday.
It's Monday.
And it'll be out on Saturday, which in fairness is really good for us because we normally record on the Friday
or the Saturday morning. Yeah. So it also get like the whole idea behind this is we get a whole bunch of episodes out and schedule them for the next 2 months. And that means for that 2 months, when I do have the time and I'm not making videos for other stuff, I can have a look and try and get those clips running, some shorter form stuff, so that, because I know like a lot of people will have seen that we've got a podcast, but like sitting down for a whole hour when you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, like, I can understand why some people wouldn't have watched it yet. But if we can get some like shorter stuff, some clips on those together.
No, everyone who hasn't watched it, they're just idiots.
I mean, they're behind the curve, but that's not our problem. We need to bring them up to speed.
The thing is, all I'm saying is, and I'll say this publicly on my Instagram and on the Keeping It Blunt. Like everyone loves to say they were like watching something before it blew up.
Hello.
Be those people.
It's going to happen. We're not going to stop. I mean, we've had a little break just so that we can get ahead. And yeah, I mean, that's something we can talk about. We got an email the other day.
We got an email.
It was crazy. I was just chilling there. You know, I haven't actually checked our analytics, so I don't know how many of you Donnies are.
I haven't checked in so long either.
It was something I was checking obsessively at the beginning, but I realized like for now we just need to come on Google, do your job. For now we just need to focus on like improving it and just getting better. But anyway, we get an email from some
literally go for it.
So we get an email. He's like, "How's it going? I have some cool information that might interest you. Your podcast, the Keeping It Blunt podcast, has good performance in Apple Podcast rankings in the last 30 days. We are 160th in the comedy category in South Africa." Now, quick disclaimer, I don't know how many people listen to podcasts in South Africa, and of those people, how many of them are listening to comedy podcasts. So we could be 160th out of 160 listen to comedy podcasts in South Africa.
But we could be 160th out of 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows.
we don't even know. We don't know where this ranking's from, but that's pretty dope. So you lot on Apple, we appreciate you. Let's get those Spotify numbers up, and you never know. One day we'll have that deal, get that money in.
But like, just listen to us when you can. We don't care.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep chatting shit whether we ever earn money from this or not.
That's literally why we started it. We chatted shit before we started the podcast.
Exactly. And now
we're just that arrogant that we know you want to listen to us.
I mean, speak for yourself, Graham. I still get anxious every time. But yeah, speaking of all of this stuff, I had somewhere I wanted to go with this conversation, and it's completely slipped my mind because it's the perks of being ADHD. I've already had the whole conversation in my head while we were having that conversation. What was I going to say? Bugger. Oh, yes. So, we are still obviously recording online. We're going to do these guests. My hope, I haven't actually spoken to Graham about this, so we might as well use this platform to talk about it. So this will cover us for 2 months, which gets us to around June.
Yeah.
Or like late May. Hopefully by then, we haven't gone into some kind of third wave or something, and we can start looking into getting a set, because I've got this little microphone Majobi, which I got from Take A Lot. And it was only like $200, and it's really good. I used it to record some voiceovers for a video I'm releasing. Was going to be tonight, it'll probably be tomorrow.
This wasn't sponsored by Take A Lot, but if they would like to get involved, we are happy
Hit
to
us
take
up.
them
All these Bowyer, these people, I don't know who they are.
No, sack them off. I'd rather Take A Lot.
Fair enough. But Graham, you really do like to take a lot, eh? That was a terrible joke, but
so horrid. Just saying it. If it's not in, I'm gonna say something.
No, it'll still be in. I'll keep all my shit jokes. So yeah, I'm gonna get us another one of these at the end of this month, and hopefully by come the next batch of recordings, when we can do some in-person recordings, set up some cameras, speak into some proper microphones, clear it up a little bit. So yeah, there's exciting things happening. We're definitely going to keep moving forward with this podcast, not backwards. But yeah,
we still have to decide how we're going to do it. Round table discussion or camera front on. Like, we still need to sort out all the logistics.
Yeah, and where we're going to do it. So yeah, we've got a couple of months now that hopefully, I'm saying this, we've only got one of these 4 people we've spoken to with like a set date and time to record at the moment. But hopefully by the end of this week, we've recorded another few episodes.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is they're all keen to record. Like, they've been keen to, like, they wanting to record for a while now. It's just a case of time and place.
Like, the problem is trying to link mine, Graham's, and the guest schedules up at the moment is proving quite difficult. But I think, we're just going to have to do some late night shifts, and it is what it is.
It's not something we're not scared of, so...
So yeah, so I'm going to use this time to, let's just plug some other stuff that's going on. I am, this weekend, actually as you guys are listening to this, I will be in Pretoria. We are filming some cool stuff for Paint the Walls, for another song that may or may not be coming soon. We are going to record some more songs for you guys. We're doing some proper studio time. So yeah, things are looking up there. hopefully, I mean, if you guys are listening to this and you haven't heard Take Me on Apple Music and Spotify,
you're pagans.
Yeah, pagans, you really are. Shane Colby actually came into my room the other day, and he's like, bro, I don't know how hard it is, but please can you guys go and record this properly? Because like, yeah, Take Me's a banger, if I do say so myself.
It is a good track. Like I was literally, I sent it to my brother to listen to. I think I sent you his reply as well.
Yeah.
Did I not?
Yeah.
So I told.
I didn't answer to Blink-182.
I didn't prep him in any way, shape, or form. I just said to him, listen to this.
Let me know.
And tell me what you think, because I need to I want to just tell you. Like yeah, he basically went down the Blink route,
which is pretty much what it is. Because yeah, Sean's a massive Blink-182 fan, and he writes all our songs.
And John T loves Travis Barker. So
I mean, I love Blink, but it's not like one of my. I mean, realistically, if I could write songs, which I can't, I don't know what type of songs I'd write, because my music taste goes from Slipknot and Bring Me the Horizon to Youngblood and Angus and Julia Stone and Xavier Rudd. Like I want to write every kind of song, but I don't know how to write a song, so I'm happy to just play what other people write at this stage in my life. I'm better at playing than I'm at writing.
Yeah, I can't pop into this one. Never written a song in my life.
Yeah, nor have I've kind of. I think in Matric I wrote like a verse and a chorus, but then I just kind of.
You had your little black book.
Yeah, I've still got the book. It's literally right here. I'm not even joking. The little black book. You know, first page, same as Kurt Cobain. Beware, if you read, you'll judge. There's not much to judge in here, to be honest with you. Where is it? Yeah, I think for some reason I went through a hipster phase and wrote out songs, like hand wrote songs, and put the chords in as if I couldn't just pull it up on a flipping phone or something.
But sometimes it's nicer, because I know, like with me trying to learn stuff, I also just I like writing it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's quite nice to have it written your way. So I've written a verse, a pre-chorus. I don't know what this is. It's like a verse, chorus, verse, and then the one night I got home, I remember this now looking at it. I got home from a drunken night in Pretoria when I wasn't in my best state, and just wrote some waffle here. And I left it on the table, and Sophie and Sean saw it and came and spoke to me the next day to see if I was okay. Shame, bless them. I don't know if either of you two listened, but I do remember that and appreciate that. It was all
if you don't listen,
it was when Clinton and I were fighting, and like I was just very upset with everything.
Oh, which time? This time, Dave?
Well, it was only one time really. It just lasted a little while.
Yeah. We've actually not really had too many spats in our group.
Nah. I mean, there was that phase in Matric where Dill didn't speak to me. Or was it Matric? Grade 11 Matric. Dill didn't speak to me for a while. Still in that.
Yeah, but now you guys are chilled.
Yeah, we handies. Clinton had his little moment in Matric where he was like, all I need is my backpack and Dill. I don't need you guys to be my friends. I'll say how's it to you in the corridors, but we're not friends anymore. That didn't last too long.
I'll be honest, Matric feels like such a blur when I think back to it.
Dude, it was 5 years ago. That's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? It feels like yesterday. Some things I remember so clearly, and the rest of it.
There's certain things I remember like vividly, clear as day. There's some stuff like I couldn't even tell you.
Funnily enough, most of the stuff I remember clearly is not what we learned in class. I can tell you that much for free.
Oh no, because I mean, I saw some. I was thinking about it today. I saw something, where this guy was like, it was like a message to Matrics worrying about their marks, like just pass. And I was like, that's actually so true.
I know. And like, it's one of those things you always want to do the best you can. Like, I'm never going to be someone that says just sack it off and whatever. Do the best you can, but don't let it affect you mentally. Like if you get into whatever you want to do the next year, that's all that matters. And then Matric.
Yeah, like you just like this is all. Yeah, I mean, it's if I had to speak to myself when I was in Matric, I would probably give myself this advice and just say stop caring so much.
Yeah, like, I mean,
it's not that deep.
It took you until right at the end of the year to start like loosening up, because at that point you knew you had everything waxed.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. By the time the end of the year, I kind of it was at that point where I was like, I'm fine.
You've done everything. You've smashed. Yeah, you smashed it though. Like, oh, I just dropped my chair down a little bit. Like, I sometimes, not very often, but every now and again, I'm just like, I could have done better. Like, I really could have done better.
That's the thing is for me is, as much as you said I smashed it, I know I could have done better.
Yeah. And
like, I mean, you know that I wasn't grafting like all the time, and that's the thing. I wasn't grafting as much as the guys that were above me.
Yeah.
And that's why they were above me. But at the same time,
I was piss poor. Like, I could have done well at school. I still did do well. Let me not be that dickhead, but like,
yeah, no, you still did well.
Like, I did well, but I didn't leave it all on the table in the trick. I left it all on the dance floor pot instead.
It is a weird feeling though, because have you heard of imposter syndrome?
Bro, have I heard of imposter? I am the definition of imposter syndrome, Graham.
I think I spoke to you about it last year already. Once I got into honors, and I was like halfway through, I was like, and I still believe this wholeheartedly, that I like didn't work as hard as the majority of the people around me.
No, not at all. Bro, I promise you, it's great. Clinton and I speak about this stuff for hours at a time, but I was even speaking to Darren yesterday, and it's just like, Darren's Clinton's dad, for anyone listening. He asked me sort of he was just like, what's the end goal? And I was just like, well, at this point in my life, I've not had to work for anything. I've had the easiest life of anyone that I know. I've literally barely put any effort into anything that I've done, and still somehow managed to get to the point that I'm at now. With everything that I picked up along the way. So I think it's got to the point now where, like, I've had enough given to me. I need to just sort of put some actual effort into help other people that don't have it as easy as me, you know?
I get, like, I feel like I'm speaking to myself right now, but the problem with thinking like that is, and it's the problem that I know you and I both have, is when we were like younger, and rightfully so, like, we did well at school and we were clever kids.
Yeah.
And you were told you're a clever kid. So, like, you kind of just keep up with the other clever kids.
You don't really.
And it's that I like, personally.
But being a school,
I had the same problem in high school, dude. Because, like, Clinton's a prime example, and I think I've spoken to him about this before. Clinton grafted so hard in matric for a lot of something.
Way harder than me.
Grafted.
The only time I would study maths was when he needed help.
Yeah, so Clinton, like, grafted really hard, and I did, like, school came easy to me. But there's no.
You and I were both just school smart, like, and there's nothing to brag about.
School came really easy to me.
Yeah.
And, like, even back then, I was like, wow, like, I feel like it's not even. It's like, it's a weird feeling because you've got no reason to be guilty.
Yes, but you do, bro. You feel so shit. Like, you like when O's have been busting their balls grafting for something, and you just rock up on the day and do the same thing as them. It feels like you don't deserve to do the same because you haven't put the effort in. And it's just like, those guys are only busting their balls to do it because they obviously just weren't meant for school. Like, school is not the best thing in the world. You and I were just lucky in that it just worked for us, like the way it was tested. Like, we just were good at writing tests and giving people.
We're good at bullshit.
Yeah, we can. I've always said that my marks over the years are far less to do with knowing what I'm doing, and more just to do with, I'm going to figure out on the spot how to give whoever's marking this what they want to know. Most of the time, I'll leave a test and not have a clue what I've done, but I've done enough that I convinced the people.
I need to reiterate, it's not like I didn't not work. I still put in a lot of hours.
Graham grafted. Like, I cannot say that I grafted. Maybe finals.
That's why I was hesitant to say that Clinton worked more than me, because I think it was fairly tight. We studied together a lot.
Yeah.
But what I was alluding to by going that direction is the results that we saw from putting in probably equal amounts of work. Clinton will probably argue differently. He'll probably say I worked harder.
Yeah, he definitely won't say that I worked harder than him.
No, you definitely didn't. Though.
Yeah.
Like that's there's no two ways about it.
I mean, to be fair, I was doing everything in school. Like I didn't have time to focus on one thing.
Yeah,
I was literally doing everything you possibly can at school.
No, but that's what I was going to say when I said earlier that I didn't work as hard as the guys around me. But at the same time, I still like enjoyed every second of my life. Like I wasn't, as much as academics were my.
You never really sacrificed something you wanted to do for academics, whereas some people would just sacrifice their life and just study.
There was probably like the occasional jewel that I wouldn't go to because of tests or something.
Yeah.
But that was more due to, I won't say strict parents because my parents were really relaxed, but kind of just
you wanted to study for it. You wanted to do the best you could.
Yeah,
that was what you wanted to do.
That was the thing. It was never like, because I don't want because we know guys who their parents were like, you have to do well or get out the house.
No, both of us were very lucky in the sense that our parents they pushed us, but in the best way.
It was a push towards potential rather than pushing towards necessity.
Yeah, it was like you you can do this, right? Like this is all you have to do.
It's literally one of those things like, don't be like, if you can do better, do better.
Yeah. And
if you can't do, if
my mom will still tell people that I could have done better, and she's not wrong. Like I could have done way better in matric.
No, but
I think I did.
You could have done way better.
But I did more than well enough for what I needed to do. To be fair, that was kind of where my head was at with it all.
And even at varsity,
okay, varsity.
I didn't graft as hard as a lot of guys around me. It showed. It definitely showed because they definitely had a lot more comfortable coming towards like final exams and stuff.
But you let loose when you came to bro, that's actually something we can talk about. We've never really spoken about it properly. So first year you did your first year at UKZN.
I did indeed.
It feels like that never even happened. Like
it really doesn't.
Yeah, like 2017.
I completely forgot. I've not forgotten about it, but like I don't even remember anything from my first year.
Yeah, it was like Graham was at UKZN in first year. Now this is where you used to come up with the wildest excuses not to come out with us in first year, bro. Because Clinton and I were stupid in first year. I was working.
But you guys both started working.
We weren't studying. And no, Clinton had more expenses. Yeah, Clinton and I. So I was working at. I can say it now. I was working at Cornwallis. I was a border master. So like coaching kids and doing the odd duty every now and again, and I had to do some photocopying and shit during the day. But like realistically, my weekends were free. Like every weekend, sometimes I had Saturday matches, but I often got the shit team, so I had Wednesday matches. So it just all worked out quite nicely that Friday night, except. Okay, so my duty was, I'm not going to actually go into that part of it. So Clinton and I went out. I think we could count on one hand the number of Fridays in 2017 that we didn't go out.
Yeah, you guys were bad in 2017.
On that hand, at least 3 of those occasions was Tiger in Durban twice and Rocking the Daisies once in Cape Town. So that's potentially 2 weekends in a year that we didn't go out on Friday. And now Clinton was working.
Disgusting.
It was bad, bro. Like Clinton was coaching at Ladsworth and bartending at Uncle Buck's. So now Uncle Buck's was like, so we all used to go out at pot because that's the only thing to do in Maritzburg. My camera's out of focus. So yeah, that's the only thing to do in Maritzburg. So every Friday you just go to pot, and that's, I mean, it is what it is. It's burnt down now. Rest in peace. It was a good time while it lasted. So yeah,
allegedly,
like every Friday night, I would, like, after dinner. So dinner was at 5:30 at Cornwallis. I would get in my car and I would drive up to Clinton, or like not straight after dinner, like around 7-8. I'd go up to Clinton's house. I'd park my car there. I'd have a beer with Clinton's dad because Clinton's now at work at Uncle Buck's. Darren would take me to Uncle Buck's, or I'd catch a taxi to Uncle Buck's or something. Clinton and the other guy behind the bar would just give me a few free drinks. I'd have like 3 or 4 quarts there, and then I'd get a lift with whoever was going to pot from there. I'd just go with them. Clinton, once Uncle Buck's closed at like 12, would come across, be there by 1, and we'd draw until 3, 4 in the morning every Friday for a year, and go back to Clinton's house, wake up broken. There were times when I'd like get back to Clinton's house on a Friday at 3, 4 in the morning, and I'd be on a field umpiring or coaching or something at like 7:30 the next morning, and I was fine. If I had to try and do that now, I'd be in a coffin. I'd be in a coffin, bro. I could never. If there are any young people out there, enjoy your drinking fitness while it lasts, because I can tell you, as someone who used to be able to do unhuman things, it doesn't last. Eventually, 3 beers on a night just knocks you out the next day. I can't do anything. Oh. But yeah, so that year while that was happening, Graham, we'd try and get Graham to come out every now and again on a Friday when Clinton wasn't working. And this was like, yo, knows I've got an economics test next Wednesday.
Okay, they were bad, but it was like weeks and it was literally, hey, I just didn't want to go.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. But like, you're such an old bitch about it, man. Like, we were trying to have a good time, trying to get Graham out.
Also, you got to understand, like, for me, it's way more of a step to get up that side.
Yeah, no, for you, but like
that it is for like you and Clint. Which, fair enough, I've done it. Like, it's not the end of the world.
No, your problem is you always want to go home first thing the next morning.
Yeah, I just like my own bed as well.
Graham's not, like for me and Clinton and I don't give a damn where we sleep. We'll sleep on the side of the bloody road. We just like to mission. Graham's very much more in the comfort realm. Hello. Graham?
Hey, Dane.
I don't know what happened, bro.
Welcome back to the Keeping It Blunt podcast.
Okay, what are we talking about? We're talking about your bullshit excuses for not coming to yours.
Yeah, so I was saying, I like sleeping in my own bed.
I do understand that.
It's something I've been doing for 23 years now. I've enjoyed every second of it. And as an accounting student, I don't sleep that much.
Oh, boo-hoo.
So, shut up. Listen, not all of us can go to bed at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday morning and not have class until like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I only go if I really felt like it as well. But yeah, so like you like to have your own bed. Jono is very much the same as you in that regard. Jono, I feel like he'll stick around for the mission a little bit more than Graham does.
Now I will.
Now, yeah, you've definitely grown into your mission. While Jono's grown out of it.
Okay, like you've also got to understand. So I only started drinking at the end of matric.
So did I.
Like,
I only turned 18 in August.
Of course, obviously. But what I'm saying, my birthday's in Feb. So like there was more opportunity. But I didn't drink until after matric. I think after trials.
Yeah, it was just before the end of matric. I bought you your first beer.
I would still go out like whenever we had
draws and stuff.
I would still be there, but like I was still quite reserved and, I mean, for lack of a better term, really nerdy.
Yeah, I mean, not really though,
I still feel that way.
Like, I guess, yeah, I think I've gotten more nerdy again as I've gotten older. Like, 18 was my prime. Like, matric first year, that was the prime of Dane as a cool kid, and then I realized that I'm just not a cool kid. It's not for me. Like, I'm a nerd. I just want to play games and chat shit with my friends, man. But I do still love a good bender and a good mission.
Is it even an episode of the Keeping It Blunt podcast without technical difficulties?
No, it definitely is not. So a little update to the audio listeners. This is the 3rd time in this recording that I've been kicked out of the call. And every time I come back into the call, Graham's camera's turned off, or it just doesn't show on my side.
We have to constantly constantly try and fix the camera.
And we just try to pick up conversations in the middle. So if ever you hear a Keeping It Blunt podcast episode and it's one of these online ones and it feels like we lose track a little bit, it's probably because something happened in the technical side of the world. We've had to try and pick up a conversation halfway through and try and edit it together to make it make sense. And it's quite difficult sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Because we just talk absolute nonsense.
Guys, it's 9:15 tonight. We started this at 8. Yeah.
So we probably got about half an hour at this point. Maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah, and that first fucking we talk about accounting is we should probably try and put that at the end.
Yeah, just so that people actually get interested in it.
So, as soon as I start, like, nobody's gonna want to listen to this.
But the thing is, it's something that's interesting to talk about. Okay, wait, I can see
you.
You
Maybe clip it. Yeah, but can the listeners see us?
Not right now.
No, because they're listeners.
Fuck off, I can't believe I fell for that.
Basically, the universe is telling us to record in person. And by the universe, I mean our shit internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Wait, there you are. You are now my entire screen.
Oh, that's fine. That's what the viewers care for. Okay, we try again.
Okay, so update. It's been 15 minutes and we still haven't managed to get the ball rolling again, and I've actually kind of forgotten what we were talking about.
Sorry, I'm playing around with the backgrounds at the moment.
Wait, there you are. There you are. I'm not even joking.
Can you see me in space?
Yeah, you're in space. What the heck?
Now at a cafe at night.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's carry on. So, yeah, it's been about 20 minutes. You can carry on playing with us. It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to carry on, don't stress.
It's been about 20 minutes since this conversation got interrupted by our terrible ways of recording.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say was, Clinton and I will sleep anywhere, wherever, and just the mission is, that's part of the mission. It's part of the fun of the Joel, is like having a crap night's sleep and all being hungover the next day and chilling by the pool and just recovering and going to get some shitty food to eat. Whereas Graham comes, he gets drunk, he goes to bed as soon as we get home, and he's gone before any of us are properly awake the next morning. Like, one of us will half wake up to let him leave.
It's because you guys, it's because I don't sleep.
Yeah, but also this is like when we waking up at like 8, 9, you're still gone before 8.
Yeah.
Like, that's
okay. I don't sleep.
Like, just wait a couple hours and we'll be up, and then you can have
I get bored.
Okay, Graham. So, yeah, that conversation was on a roll, and I think it's pretty much done now. Graham, that looks very professional with your bookshelf in the background.
That literally, I would like a bookshelf like that.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, actually. For those of you listening on the audio, Graham's busy messing around with the Google Meets backgrounds. Yeah. It's quite funny, actually.
There we go, modern living.
That kind of looks like your lounge. I'm so distracted.
It does.
It really does look a bit like your lounge.
If nobody ever hears this, good.
No, people are. This episode's going out. This episode will be out.
Obviously, the episode's going out, so I don't think anybody's got this far.
Oh, okay.
If you have got this far in,
follow us on Instagram.
If put it this way, if you've got this far in, I'll probably owe you money.
Oh my goodness.
I either owe you money or you gave birth to me.
Okay, Graham, now at some stage, you said you went for a run. Tell me about your run experience, because I also have a lot of stories. How do you get lost where you live? Technical difficulty number 4, we got about a minute's worth of recording in the last time we got it working, so let's see if we can get another couple minutes this time.
I'm currently outside in a caravan. Can you see me?
No, I cannot see you. And for some reason, you're still the whole screen.
Can you see me in this trendy cafe?
No. Okay, wait, we're getting somewhere. I am now back on the screen. You, Mark.
Can you see me in the trendy
yes,
cafe?
Yes, I can. You are in a trendy cafe.
Look how trendy this cafe is.
It is a very trendy cafe.
It's literally the name of the background is Trendy Cafe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, Graham,
So I went for a run this
you went for a run.
I went for a run this morning and I went for a run on Saturday and I got lost on Saturday.
Now, how do you get lost where you live? Because it's a fairly simple area to navigate.
No, but it isn't because I run away from where I live. Because that's how running works, is you don't stay in the same spot.
Yes, I know, Graham.
But so the thing is, I just go on adventure runs. I don't have a set route because I'm still new to the area, so I'm still figuring that all out. So I don't take my phone when I go for a run.
That's fair enough. So
I just take my watch and my earphones and
away you go.
Go out and yeah, I have a general idea of where I go, and I always, at the end of the day, my safety mechanism is to ask someone to get me to the sea.
So what I was saying, like about you getting lost,
yeah,
like you said, when like your failsafe is to just ask someone to direct you to the sea. Like that was what I was going to say. I was like, wherever you go from your place, like if you just run towards the ocean until you hit the road, and you just follow the road to the big buildings.
It is like that, but so how I got lost. So I ran past the Purple House.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, there's a Purple House near where I stay.
Watch my video, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and you can see the Purple House.
Yeah. So for those of you who know where the Purple House is, you now know roughly where I live. So I ran past the Purple House up a hill, and there's like this. It's like an estate, but it's not an estate. It's almost like a gated community.
Okay.
But with like.
We drove there.
Yes. What's up?
Hello.
Welcome back to the Keeping It Blunt podcast.
Okay, so technical difficulty number 5. We've now swapped from Google Meets back to Discord, and we're going to finish this episode and figure out what the fuck went wrong afterwards. So you're saying you go through like this?
Yeah, if not.
Sorry, carry on.
So it's like a gated community sort of. It's literally it's like an estate sort of vibe without being an estate. There's like security guards everywhere, and it is I think it's like the arse end of an estate. Okay. But like there's like little cul-de-sacs, but those are like gates, like those have got like booms and stuff. So then I ran and I got to a point where I was like, this road looks like a highway. I don't want to run up there because I don't know where, because it was like, I think I was at this point like 3Ks in, and I was only supposed to run 5Ks.
So you don't want to run too much of an adventure.
I basically already run a straight line 3K, so like
do math, you're gonna be doing at least 6. Yeah.
So and then I saw like I got to this basically like a fork in the road, but instead of a fork I could turn around as well. So I just turned around because I didn't want to go up the 2 roads. I didn't know where they went. And then on my way back, I took a wrong turn and ran up this road, got about halfway up the road, and I was like, I've taken a wrong turn. Turned around, looked at the road I just came from, and I was like, no, I didn't take a wrong turn. Turned around again. Got halfway up the road, I was like, no, I've definitely taken, and then realized I'd taken a wrong turn. So long story short is if you're gonna do an adventure run, be prepared to run.
Fair enough. How far did you end up running that run?
It was only 5Ks because I think I'd done just shy of 2.5. So when I realized that when I got to that fork, and then by the time I ran up and down and really like eventually found my way back, I think I'd just done 3.
Okay.
So getting back
was like another 2 and a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried to go for a run this morning. Now, I have not done exercise for like a year, realistically. But no, I don't know. I've got a problem. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I left my house and I'm like, right, you haven't run for like a year. You're gonna have to run slowly and see if you can get a couple.
You can't run slowly.
I can't run slowly. I don't know how to do it. Like,
I can't either.
Bro, I got a K in and my legs were buckling, bro. My lungs are fine, which is what I thought would struggle. My legs, they just died. My back was sore, my legs, all the muscles just weren't working. So I pull out my phone to see how far I've gone. I've done like more than a K in 5 minutes. I'm like, that's the goal speed. That's how fast you want to be running in like a month's time. Why the fuck am I starting at that speed? I don't understand. I just physically can't run slowly.
It's so difficult. Like, so my roommate went for a run this morning as well, but on the treadmill. I can't do treadmills.
I can do treadmills for like a warm up. Like, I can't do a long run on a treadmill. 10 minutes max.
I don't understand it. Like, I'll do them out of necessity if I have to when it's like raining or whatever. But like, I would every day of the week rather be running out there.
You know what I do like is about a treadmill is that it's like flat. My biggest problem with starting to run where I live is it's just left, right. It doesn't matter which way I go. I've got to go up and down these ridiculously steep hills. So to get into running in this area is actually freaking hard because there's no just chilled runs to do to get into and get a couple of flat-ish Ks. I wish I'd started running in Pretoria, man.
Yeah, but that's when you start dealing with altitude, and that's a different kind of animal altogether.
Yeah, but I never had a problem with the altitude because I was playing squash 3 times a week, so I was used to the altitude. I just needed to start.
Yeah, I was playing 5-a-side once a week. I was still dying from altitude.
Yeah, but you're a little bitch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Graham, don't you want to just pop your camera off and on again?
I can.
You appear to have frozen. We really are we're ironing out some technical difficulties, but if I've learned one thing from tonight, it's that we can't start recording in person soon enough. Like, the sooner we are sitting next to each other and it's literally just a matter of cameras rolling, microphones on, and that's that. I can't wait, bro.
It's gonna be chaos.
Yeah, that's when you're gonna see something. That's when the chemistry will start to flow.
That's when the comedy's coming up. If you've laughed now,
just wait. This is wow. This is us irritated with each other. So yeah, bro. I need to figure out how to run slowly. But I think what my plan is, I'm just gonna send it and just run again tomorrow, even though I'm gonna be dead. And just
dude. I went for a run this morning.
I just need to push
again, and it was so bad because I literally started running, and my legs were like, "Why are you doing this to yourself? You're in pain."
Exactly.
Stop. And the worst part of how my runs, the routes I'm running at the moment, is it's uphill back.
Yeah, I mean, mine's uphill back no matter which way I go.
And also, by not taking my phone with, it's just me out there. Like, I have to get home, regardless of whether I'm.
That's good though. Like, I can't, forces you to just send it.
You've got to just. Yeah, like I'm low key worried I'm going to injure myself and not be able to do anything about it. But at the end of the day, it's not my problem right now. That's future Graham's problem. So
that's one way to look at it, I suppose. But yeah, bro, I need to. Because the more talk, I'm always speaking about how I can't wait to go to a festival again. But if I had to go to a festival tomorrow, I wouldn't make it.
Oh, your legs will give out.
I wouldn't make it through the 3 days. I wouldn't make it through Splashy, which is chilled. Like, if I had to go to Oppie Koppie tomorrow, I'd be in hospital by the end of the second day. Like, just from pure exhaustion. So I need to.
Yeah, but that's just alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, a bit of that. So I just need to get like my body strong again. I've spent too much time sitting in this chair and other chairs. Speaking of chairs, my stuff is still at your house.
At my house. Yeah.
I feel so bad. I'm just taking up space in your home and I haven't fetched in like 2 months now.
You're really not even taking up that much space. I'm going home on Wednesday. I can say this because it's going on after Wednesday. It's my mom's birthday. She doesn't know I'm going home.
Oh, okay. So super top secret.
But I can say it on the podcast.
Yeah, she was.
I can say this because this is going out on Saturday. So
yeah. So yeah, I must actually come and fetch that from you. But yeah, what I was saying about running is I think I'm just going to try and run every day, and it's going to be shit for a week or two, and eventually my body will just get
How
used to
far
it.
did you run this morning?
I'll tell you exactly. So my total distance was just under 3Ks.
Yeah.
And in those 3Ks, the elevation was 88 meters, which is quite a lot for a little 2.5.
How many?
88 meters of elevation.
88.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually quite hectic.
Yeah, I mean that's the area that. So my average pace ended up being 7 minutes 12 a k because I walked the second 2Ks. Like, so it was 2.83 in total. When I first checked, I'd done I got my second fastest half mile, my third fastest 1K time, and my third fastest 400 meter time. What the hell? I haven't run in a year, and I'm still up at that pace at the beginning.
That's what when I had COVID. So I went for a run the day I tested.
Yeah.
Or the day before I tested, I went for a run. I think it was just like a casual 2K. And then the day my isolation period ended, I went for a run. And I ran faster.
Yeah. I mean, so my first K was 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Second K was 7.5 minutes. And then the last 800 meters was 9.5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just bugging.
My 5K was also bad because I got lost. And also I started off really quick because I'm an idiot.
I mean, when I run, I just want to run. And it's hard to run slowly.
Dude, in Maritzburg, I once ran a different route from what I normally run when I'm home, and I ran like a 4.5 minute first kilometer, and
Jeez,
I was like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, what is your plan?
What are you trying to prove here?
Like, you can't keep this up. I don't know who you're trying to fool. You're
searching for that new Tinder bio.
Hey?
You're searching for that new Tinder bio, sub 20 minute 5K. I'm sure it is.
I mean, I could really easily run a sub 20 minute 5K if I really wanted to, but I just don't because I don't.
I think if something was chasing me, I could probably pull it off. But after today, I'm not too sure I could even run 5Ks.
I could very easily do a sub 25K if it wasn't for the knee injury.
Yeah, right. And I was on trial at West Ham, and then my back, bro. I was just... Oh my goodness.
I mean, I could have been pro if it wasn't for the knee injury.
I was almost pro squash, bro, and then my eyes, I just can't see the ball, so I couldn't hack it. No, and like I broke my shoulder. Like I was on my way to like KZN rugby and stuff, and then Mark Portkina and Brad Muir threw me off a cliff, and I broke my shoulder, and ever since then it's just been recovery.
The closest you got to KZN rugby was the flippin' DSTV channel on Craven Week.
What are you talking about, bro? I was in class with some of those. I was in Guma's Afrikaans class.
Is that your claim to fame?
Yeah, bro. And I spoke to Durang that one time. He was on Love Island, so he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. No, actually, Durang wasn't good at school.
No, he was. Like, I never had a problem with him. He was scary, though. Yeah. Like, it was just one of those, he was just freaking massive. So, us skinny nerds were a little bit intimidated by him. So, I didn't have too much interaction with him. I was fucking shit scared of him. But he never gave me a reason to be scared of him. I was just scared of his size.
Exactly.
Like, I just didn't want to get on his bad side, because one punch and I would have been broken. And a million pieces.
Yeah, but that's half of our grade, fair enough, dude.
Yeah, to be fair, I was one of the skinny guys there. I still am one of the skinny guys. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't
If anything,
say you
I'm
were.
skinnier now than I was in matric. Fucking hell. Yeah, bro, I was looking through photos today because I'm busy. So this is Monday. By the time this episode's out, the video will be on my YouTube channel. So when I went to Ethan's last weekend, oh bro, I was so bad at filming. Like compared to the Cape Town one where I actually made a decent video and like I filmed a lot. Ethan's I've barely filmed anything, so I've kind of bullshitted like 4.5 minutes out of it somehow. Like and yeah, but I was going at one point, like I'm telling the story about like how long it's taken to grow my hair out and whatever, making it seem like I'm about to cut it all off because, you know, gotta have some kind of a story arc. So I was going through photos from like just basically since we finished school and just seeing how we've all changed. It's quite crazy actually to see how we've all grown up. Like Kieran's first night at part, seeing us at part.
I feel like I'm still a child.
Dude, I promise you, I am still a child. I'm not. I haven't gotten older than 21. There's no way. There's no way you can convince me I'm older than 21. Like, unless you show me my birth certificate, then I might have to believe you.
I mean, you barely even had a birth certificate at this stage.
What?
Didn't you have to? You had a problem with your birth certificate when you were trying to get our IDs.
Oh yeah, because I have two different types of birth certificates for some reason. Like one's the handwritten one, and one's the computer version. And they wouldn't accept the computer version.
Accept the handwritten one. Yeah.
No, they wouldn't accept the computer version. I was like, what the fuck?
That makes no sense.
Like, oh my goodness, it was such a pain in the ass. I mean, but honestly, doing anything to do with our government in this country is a pain in the ass. Like driver's license, learners, IDs, passports.
Driver's isn't as bad as ID.
It is at the moment, dude.
I think.
But ID,
I don't know. I haven't done my.
I think ID passport's the worst because you have to go to Home Affairs.
I haven't done my ID since I was 16.
Yeah, I mean, I've had two brothers.
But that's what.
Have to go through that.
That's why I carry my drivers and not my ID because I feel like if I lose one, it's like slightly easier to get a driver's than like
100%.
Like not at the moment.
But
like
even still, it's still easier to get your driver's now than it is to get an ID.
An ID, yeah. Yeah. I wanted. Do you know things, Dane? Do you know like how long can you just keep your ID indefinitely?
I see absolutely no reason not to.
Because I was 16 in that photo.
Yeah, bro. I mean, my ID photo.
Am I gonna be kicking about with my 16-year-old self in my pocket when I'm 50?
Dude, it's a good question because I don't look like my ID photo anymore. I didn't even have glasses when I got mine.
I mean, I've got a headband on my driver's license photo.
Don't you want to pop your camera off and on again? Dude,
I'm gonna scream.
So my driver's license, I've got like this disgusting beard. Like I hadn't trimmed it in like weeks, and my hair is still short. Then in my ID photo, I'm like 16. I haven't even got my first pair of glasses yet. I don't have a beard. And I don't have
You'd
hair.
barely hit puberty, let alone glasses.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, I was still shaving every second day, so I was well into puberty at that point. But
yeah, I'm giving you shit, then.
I'm just defending myself, bro. Okay.
I don't know if you realize that's how this works.
Oh, bro, I don't know if you realize, bro, but like, I was quite the putter. Oh my goodness, golly gosh.
Can we talk about Love Island? Because it's shit.
Can I be honest? I haven't watched a full episode of it. The South African.
Now they have but it annoys me.
What I have seen of it pisses me off that people get paid to make such a load of crap.
Because it gets put on at dinner time here in my flat, and I don't like watching it, but at the same time you have to when it's on.
Yeah.
And I just feel really stupid at the end of it.
But I must
say,
like
I simultaneously feel really dumb and super intelligent at the same time.
So this is my theory on this whole Love Island thing.
I think they're all really nice people. Let me just get it out there. I think they're all really nice people, and I definitely think they're being told to play up.
Yeah, so this is my theory.
But they all come across really stupid.
So my theory on it is, so it's not just the people. The first few episodes, the production was horrendous. Like, you could see the cameramen. You were hearing conversations that weren't on screen. They were repeating scenes. I don't know if they're still repeating scenes. It's just like, whoever the hell edited that needs to be fucking fired. And I mean, like, it's not that hard to just get your audio files and stuff in line. Like, you just...
Yeah, but especially even if it is hard to get them in line, don't put the shit out if it's not ready.
Yes, like, this is going on TV. It's not like someone's uploading it to some YouTube channel. Like, this is professional. This is supposed to be good TV, and it just was not good TV. So my theory is, there was pressure and whatever to have like a Love Island South Africa, you know, keep up with, try and be the beauty-tech Britain.
Yeah, because now I think worked so well in the past.
Yeah, so I think my theory is that the producers were literally like, this is fucking bullshit. We don't want to have a Love Island South Africa. Let's give them one season. Make it the worst production we've ever made. Get the most boring bunch of people we can and make them seem as stupid as we can. And basically just drag our country's name through the mud. Not represent our country in the slightest. And just make it so that no one ever wants to see another season of Love Island South Africa, and then they win.
I've never met a group of South African people where not a single one of them is actually funny, and we've got a funny country.
Yeah, like,
and they've managed to make it all. They've managed to pick a group again. I don't want to attack the people individually.
No, because also it's also the edit. Like, they're filming all day. Like, the editors could make them seem funny at least.
The thing, what I'm saying, I don't want us to like be bashing the people because we obviously don't know them.
Not at all.
And I'm not taking shots at the individuals. I'm taking shots at the production as the show as a whole.
Like, it looks like they wanted it to be boring.
Yeah, it's like, I could pick out a handful of people that we went to school with that are so much funnier.
And they would have put on a better show, bro. They would have put on a better show.
Yeah.
And they fit their mold of like the models and the flipping big body. Like, I can genuinely think of people that probably would have been interested in doing it as well. But the problem is, like, I don't know about you, but I didn't even know that Love Island SA was happening. Next thing I see it, like, how do they pick the people? Like,
I think you're supposed to submit applications.
Yes, but where do they advertise that there's applications available? Like, how did people find out about this?
You're gonna have. I want to ask you to please cut this joke out, but the maths-led classrooms.
Oh, great. I'm not cutting that out. That wasn't that bad.
No, please, Dave.
No, that wasn't that bad at all.
No, but
but if they actually advertised in the maths-led classrooms, they would have got some characters, bro. The maths-led classrooms are fucking some of the funniest places you'll be. But yeah,
maths-led is very useful, by the way. I'm not bashing maths.
Oh no, if I could go back, I would have done maths-led. Like, there was no point in doing maths.
Like, some of my mates did maths-led. I promise I'm not hating on maths. I sound like someone who's trying to defend a racist comment right now.
Yeah,
some of my friends did maths-led, guys. I promise you, I'm
not. But yeah, like, I just don't think. I think Love Island SA could have been something brilliant. I really think the concept of it with the people that this country has to offer, it could have been fucking class. And they've just missed the mark, unfortunately.
The fact that we don't have, like, the fact that even the narrator's shit.
Like,
that bugs me more than anything, because he has time to make comments.
He can plan his jokes.
He can write material, and it's still bad.
Oh, honestly,
why don't we have the guy from Come Down With Me?
I don't know, bro. I sense when it started, like the first couple of episodes, I tweeted at Charlie. I was like, bro, Mr. Taste Champagne, so let's fucking do it. between the two of us, I'm sure we know enough people that we could make a YouTube Love Island series that would probably be more entertaining than that shit.
I kept on saying to Megan, my roommate, that I would love to go on a show like that and just cause shit.
Yeah. I reckon
I would straight up just start telling lies to people. I will tell every girl I'm coupling up with them and then pick no one at the end. I would tell this guy that this girl said this, that this person said this, and then just watch the chaos unfold.
Like, that's the thing with a show like that is, I haven't watched much of it, so I don't know, but I feel like you can't take it too seriously, and you can't take yourself too seriously either. You have to realize that it's a TV show, it's for entertainment, you're obviously being asked to act up on certain things. Yeah. Why not just be a character? Like, I would just be a completely different character. I wouldn't be Dane if I went in there. I wouldn't sit here talking about what I feel about the world and how I feel about what I want to do with my life. I would fucking make up an entire character and just go in there and just be someone else for...
Yeah, you just roll up,
make it funny.
Roll up, and you just like, yeah, this is my life story.
Yeah,
but I want to change it. Just be like, change up some shit. Just beef.
It's TV, for God's sake. Just make us laugh once. That would be nice.
I'm telling you right now, there is more to all of those people, and I think the show has also doomed them.
Yeah,
because there's more to them than just being attractive people, and like I feel like you should be like they're not getting a chance to show that off.
No.
Like I can.
No, the edit's just not good. They're not. Whoever the fuck is in charge of that show.
It's just really cringy as well.
Yeah.
Like even the thing that gets me the most is when they have like their little jewels where they drink and everyone's in a group together dancing. It's like that doesn't happen at a jewel. What South African jewel have you ever been to where every single person is in the same spot?
No, Graham and I are always in the corner making jokes about everyone.
Yeah, and there's normally 3 guys in one corner, 4 guys in another corner, some dude and a girl hooking up, that dude's girlfriend crying because he's cheating on her, that girl's boyfriend trying to fight someone because that dude's hooking up with his girl. There's so much more chaos going on at a South African jewel than, let's stand in a circle and pretend to dance for 3 seconds while we're waiting for the presenter to walk in. And, stop drinking the champagne out of the glass. We all know you're necking them out the bottle.
Graham, okay, I'm going to get you on board. In the next couple of years, we're going to produce our own Love Island show. Like, just a little... Even if it's like 5-minute episodes, just for the memes, bro.
Another thing, screw the narrator, co-commentators.
Yeah. So that they can bounce off each other.
Analysis.
Yes. Okay. We'll work on this. Viewers of the Keeping It Blunt podcast, you saw it here first. In a couple of years' time, when we make Love Island, we probably won't be able to call it Love Island, but like we'll make something of that sort on mine or Taste Champagne's YouTube channel.
Affection Resort.
Affection Resort. Oh my goodness.
Oh, dude, have you heard of the show Temptation Island?
I haven't, bro.
Okay, so basically, they take all these couples, or they take I think it's like a particular couple, or something, and they basically put, they'll put like one guy with like, so they take a couple, and they take like the guy to this one house and the girl to another house, and they just put like other people of the opposite gender in the house with them and try and like get them to cheat, basically.
That's so fucked up, bro. Dude, I've got no time for TV anymore. I mean, I don't know if you saw Sidemen Sunday. They did Sidemen's Got Talent, and I was like, that's better than fucking Britain's Got Talent. Like, I'm done with TV, bro. It's all on YouTube these days. YouTube's the future.
I'm trying to find the premise of Temptation Island because I think I got it wrong. Several couples agree to live with a group of singles of the opposite sex in order to test their strength relationships. So it's not like a single person. So they'll take like 5 guys and put them in like a house like they'll take like 4 guys and put them in a house with like put like 6 or 7 girls.
So they'll take like four dudes in relationships.
And then their girlfriends are in the other room with like span guys. And basically try and get them to. And I think if you stay, like, the longer you stay together, the better. So I had a genius plan. So I have got a female roommate. So we decided we'll fake a relationship to go on to Temptation Island.
Please do it. I'd love to see you and Meg. You and Meg would cause... that whiteboard would be full, Baba.
What are you on about, Dane?
You guys wouldn't wash any dishes while you were in there.
Dude, I washed so many dishes.
Bro, I think one of the best bits of TV was Sun Sex and Suspicious Parents. That's a flippin' brilliant concept, and it was so well executed as well.
I don't know what that is.
So basically, it's like a bunch of British, like, South African version would be a bunch of guys go to rage, but their parents are watching everything. And so they're being filmed. So like the kids think that they're on some TV show to like document like their first jolts after school.
Like a jolt,
yeah. Meanwhile, all of this documenting is being live streamed to their buddies in a flippin' van outside. And like a few days in, they just walk into one of the places they're at, and some of the parents are like really chilled, like, oh, it's so good to see you having fun. Like, I didn't want to see some of those things, but I mean, you have fun, you're young, we used to do the same thing. Some of them, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you getting your cock out at the bar? Like, it's...
I don't...
Will and Jim watched it on... They did a reaction to it on YouTube, but I remembered it from years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a Will and Jim. I reckon we need to start a series of
you
and I watching shit and just chatting shit about it.
We can, but the problem is we hate TV too much.
No, we can do it to YouTube stuff. Have you seen those those Jubilee things where it's like 7 people and they have to decide who gets £1,000 or $1,000 or whatever, and they just have to decide.
Yeah, they basically just like pick between themselves, like who deserves the money.
Yeah, bro, those videos are fucking hilarious, and the best part is it gets worse as they get older. Oh, dude, I love that shit.
What is there's something like, what is something that we need to there's something else I was thinking about. We needed to do.
So welcome to our content planning session, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah. No, fuck. If you're still listening, please, like, if you're still listening, send me a DM on Instagram and say, it's like, yeah, I need to try. What are we gonna tell the people to say, Dane? Because I will, if they're still listening and they send me a DM when we release merch, I'll give them a T-shirt.
Yeah, actually, like, if you say that. So if you get send us a DM saying penguins. Penguins. So if we get a message from you saying penguins, we know that you suffered through all of our connection issues. You've suffered through us talking about Graham's accounting journey. You've suffered through us talking about our running journeys. We actually covered quite a lot in this episode, to be honest, in between all the shit.
It's like I said at the beginning, we don't talk to each other.
That's true.
this podcast isn't even for the viewers.
This is for us.
This is just
it's like...
Dude, talking about talking, I saw this thing where this person tweeted out that their therapist is selling their house. So they went onto the website where the house was on sale to see pictures of the living room, and then she changed the living room to her Zoom background for her next session with the therapist. So she was in the therapist. And it was like hang on. Like, boom, you want to get in my head. Like, you want to get in my head. Boom, bitch, I'm in your house.
Okay, so on that bombshell, it looks like it just stopped recording. We spoke for at least another 2 minutes after that before we ended the episode, but I guess it ends there now. Yeah, as you can see, this episode was full of technical difficulties. If you've made it this far, thanks for listening. Yeah, see you next week.